I'm sure you guys remember your office pizza parties, those all-staff emails that said pizza for everyone. And yet the executives or the HR department, they all got down there and ate first. And by the time your floor got down there, it was 2 crusts, an empty box, and that 1 ranch cup that somebody had already scooped almost all of it out. Oh, and there is that pineapple pizza that nobody would touch. And if you're one of those people, may God have mercy on your soul. Well, that's what FIFA just did with $250 million. Money for everybody, but when you go to look for it, it's all gone. And look, if you've missed all of the latest Infantino videos that I've done, short recap, he tried to quietly sell 20% of the World Cup to a firm run by Jared Kushner's brother. UEFA, the European Association, voted 55-0 to boycott the World Cup over it. And now he's currently in Morocco trying to trade the World Cup final game for support. And this is all happening with the same guy the same week. And we also have noted that many American host cities from this summer's World Cup have yet to be paid money that they were promised from FIFA. Now, got to guess as to when they'll actually get paid, because there is an analog from last summer. Last summer, we had the Club World Cup, which handed out $1 billion in prize money. Every single one of the 32 teams that actually played got paid in full. Chelsea alone walking away with about $97 million. But FIFA also promised a separate pot, roughly $250 million, split among every other top flight club in the world that didn't get to play as a solidarity payment. Spread the wealth, they said. Good for the sport, they said. And now 7-8 months later, not 1 pound of it has gone out. More than 50 clubs have now complained, and the guy leading the charge said the quiet part out loud. The participants got paid because otherwise they wouldn't have shown up. And to understand what this type of money actually means to a club that isn't Chelsea, look at Auckland City, small club, New Zealand, entirely made up of amateurs. These are guys who, after they play, they go back to their day jobs. Barbers, teachers, a guy in advertising. And they finished dead last in prize money. And they still walked away with about $4.5 million. For that club, that is roughly the equivalent of the prize money if they won their entire regional championship 61 times. That is what a small check from FIFA does to a small club. It doesn't buy a striker, it rebuilds their entire operation. And all you have to do is look at what happened in Wrexham. We know what an injection like this can do, not only to transform just a team, but an entire community. And now picture being one of the hundreds of clubs that got promised a piece of this same pot. And they've been staring at an empty bank account for months. Meanwhile, while Chelsea has their $97 million that cleared right after the tournament was done. And for the big clubs, it's not that big of a deal. It may help them sign another player. But for these smaller leagues, these smaller teams, where a TV deal barely exists, the 5-figure check is the difference between making payroll and not. FIFA has the money. They're sitting on billions of dollars. They've just decided everyone smaller than Chelsea can wait. And now UEFA has gone from quietly losing confidence in Infantino to openly calling for him to be removed. And he is currently doing damage control in Morocco. This is the second or third FIFA money scandal in just a week, and it's the same story each time. Pay people immediately, the people that you like, and then stall on everyone else. And then hope that nobody is still counting by the time anyone asks again. And that's why I'm going to ask that you hit that notification icon, because this saga with FIFA and Infantino is nowhere close to over, and we are going to keep pulling on that thread every time the story moves an inch.